Develop work back. Week 12. We're on day 16. Being a few hours in before work today. So, to meet some of my goals, I got to keep the pressure on. Unfortunately, being back to work full time is kind of wearing me out. Picked up the niece last night. She's home. Dogs were happy to see her. I tried to clean up the house before she got home, but I'm a guy. I don't know how to do it correctly. So she immediately had to clean the house when she got home. Final days. On the back end, I guess. The quarter's almost over. That's a lot of time. That's still 2 weeks. Alright, let's get our gold map set up. That's a horrible gold map for Nighthawk. God, it's not Nighthawk. I don't remember where we were in this part of the thing. I think we were halfway through it or something. Find out in a minute. I don't remember what this was either. So, looks like it was one more square in there. And the north side looks pretty good. There's a controller here. It is. Ah, my lights aren't on. Bastards. I'll fix that in a minute. Yeah, we're probably gonna move Frank in. Too far away from it. Make sure we get a nice good path in there. Buckets, and we'll move that Frank in. Guess we went the wrong way. We should probably use where this is to finish off that other square up there. What's wrong, Pio? What's wrong, Pio Will? Come on, sweetie. Alright, let's check on things while we're up here. It's really weird that those lights don't come back on. Oh, pretty sure we're not near clean out. Actually, we are near clean out. It's a good thing we came back and looked. Apparently, somebody decided it would be cute to throw mats around. And yeah, we lost 3 mats worth of gold. And there's enough dirt coming up to finish this clean out, so we're gonna get back to digging for a little bit. We didn't even look at the leaderboard totals. Just jumped in and started digging. We're still 24,300, or yeah, about 24,300 up. Looks like Classy's kind of run into a bog down, kind of like we did. So, we were always kind of pushing for our 100,000 ounce season. I would like to get 120, but we'll see. I mean, there's 2 weekends left, and those are going to be our main gold weekends. So even these small sessions like we got now, we need to make sure they count. Make sure we're getting, 1,700 ounces per day. Average at least 800 ounces per hour. Dang, we hit the bottom. Yeah. Let's go around the side and see if we can get those 2 squares. So we got a lot of video uploaded to YouTube. Pretty much just about everything that didn't need to be split got uploaded last night. There's like 10 new videos out there. I started uploading basically day 4 through day 10. Day 5 needs to be split, so it didn't get uploaded. And it started backwards, so it uploaded day 10 and it got all the way through to day 4. And it was still uploading day 4 this morning. What's up, Swedish? So most everything from day 1 to, well, day 1 and 2 still need to be split, but everything from like day 3 to day 10, or day 4, yeah, day 3 to day 10 should be up there. Minus 1, 2, 4, and 5. So there's quite a bit of video up on YouTube now for the playlist. Day 1 part 1 is up there. I'm working on splitting day 1 part 2 because it was 17 hours I wouldn't upload, so I had to split it. But I got first half of day 1 up there, so the first 8 hours of our leaderboard 12 is up there. And then, like I said, there's tons of video up there now. I'll work on day 4 will get uploaded when I go to work today, and then I should have part 2 of day 1 split out when I get home. So when I go to bed, I'll upload that one, and then we'll work on I think I have to wait 72 hours. So some of the later videos we just did, we'll have to wait 72 hours. But one thing we might do in the future is if we're going to go more than 12 hours, we might cut off at like the 11:50. I might cut the recording at 11:50 and then just restart it. I don't need to cut the stream, I just need to cut the recording. That way it creates two files instead of one, because it takes hours to split those things. Yeah, it's getting in some work some digging before work. I got about 3.5, 4 hours to put in. So I want to get that done, or get those hours in. Still aiming for my 100,000 ounce goal. I'd like to put in 120, 130, but yeah, we'll see how time goes. Definitely want to break 100,000. Here's the current leaderboard layout right now. So yeah, we're still 24,000 ounces up. But like I said, I'm pushing for 100,000. I saw in the forums that they acknowledged that this person was cheating, and they're going to remove him at some point. I guess they're trying to figure out more information before they do. So I wasn't too worried about it, honestly. Dang it, we're about to run out of fuel in Frank. Dang it. This terrain is super rough. I only got one person to blame for that. I blame my dozer worker. Had to fire a few of them. I just had too many. You got like 6 dozer workers. What's the point? They're supposed to reduce fuel consumption, but they didn't reduce fuel consumption on the conveyor belt, so that's really all I really needed fuel consumption for, so just sit by. Just parted ways with them. You're eating into my profits. I was paying each one of them like almost an ounce a day to work for me. An ounce that could have stayed in my pocket for somebody I didn't need. In real life, I would have kept paying that out, especially for making this much money. I had them get me coffee or, playing Gold Rush for me or something. I was looking at Gold Rush. Parker was looking at a claim near Fairbanks, Alaska. That's kind of interesting. The problem with a claim near Fairbanks and shit. I think he was figuring it out. Was a lot of that shit's been mined forever. So they've been through there and they've taken a lot of the best gold out of it. Right, let's do a cleanup. After we get these things fueled up and working again. This one stopped. Thankfully, we got pretty good. We got a pretty good alignment on this time. We're not over in the slide part too much, so I doubt it moved too much. Yeah, it didn't. Still right where we left it, pretty much. Let's come back to that. The one below is already 80% full. I don't want to overfill it. Never move that back. There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna clean out. We should go do it before we overfill the stuff. Speaking of overfilling stuff, we didn't actually. Yeah, we need another fuel tank down here bad. reach me. He's gonna reach right here. Dang it. Where the heck did the actual nozzle go? The back one's out, but it was out. I think it was out of dirt anyway. It was. Alright, let's go do the thing out. Shit, we about overfilled the plant. We're gonna have to pull the water. I'm aware. Thanks. Put the clean mats back up. Not bad. That doing anyway? 48. I forgot we have this extra set of mats, so we don't need to do things the way we were doing. Yeah, let's plug the water back in because we should be good now. Okay. I was like, what? What's going on here? Set the one off in the bed. Very cool. Alright, we should probably get the truck, but I'm gonna be lazy. Must have run out of fuel on that thing. We'll bring in another fuel tank. I don't want to bring it in now because this thing's all collapsed. We'll be moving that fuel tank around a bunch. And it won't be long before we're extending it, so. Not at all where I was trying to get that to go. This is better. So I was watching Monday Night Raw. I finally got to the end of it. I tried to watch it like 4 times, falling asleep. Looks like Goldberg came out and challenged Drew McIntyre. What's going to become of that? It's kind of interesting. Good drama. I don't know, people say it's fake, but hey, some people watch like Falcon Crest or shit like that, whatever. I watch man drama. That's basically what it is. Do I know it's not real? Yeah. But it's still interesting to watch what the dramas are. I mentioned there's a lot of chicks that dress up in scantily clad shit on that show. They pretty much, the women wrestlers pretty much wrestle in lingerie. I'm not kidding. Some of it's like latex lingerie, but still lingerie. Sasha Banks, the SmackDown champion, played in an episode of Mandalorian. She wasn't somebody I recognized, but uh, she was in an episode. For those of you that watched The Mandalorian. I don't watch too much TV, especially when there's not football on. At the end of the playoffs, my team's not in it. I'll probably keep tabs on it, but I'm not really. I might watch a few games. No, I got the TV. No, I got a cable box in my room. I ended up ordering another cable box. Because it was pretty apparent I wasn't getting mine back from my niece, so I just ordered me a new one. Finally, football season was coming. There's no way I could miss football season, and just had a feeling that was a fight I didn't want to get into. I just ordered a new cable box, a new remote receiver, anyway. How's that gonna work? I guess it's low enough. Thought it was gonna be too high. This is a little higher than I'd like it, but it'll be alright. We'll make it work. need to be able to. No. Have the TDJs gone? I doubt they have. Somebody should have organized these franks so it'd be easier to check. So the ST swapped. The plants are the franks full, so we're just doing a mini cleanup while we can. Rather than sit there with a full frank doing nothing. Efficiency, the name of the game. Of course, meat around these plants is not efficient. Sure why I did that. pluses to the way that's set, and then there's bad parts to the way it's set. Seems like it's easier to get access to, but it's definitely a pain in the ass to get it started. Alright, fine. Did I put us over 70? Nope, not quite. Yeah, I wasn't counting on going back to work being such a tiring experience. I figured I'd have more time to play. With more days, I think I'll get used to being back at work and all the stuff I do at work. Not like I have a strenuous job. Don't get me wrong. I'm not construction. I'm not having a physical day. It's just you've been sitting in a chair playing Gold Rush for 2 weeks. There's a lot that seems like it's a lot. We had a walking challenge at work. It's been about 5, 6 years ago now, and the secretary bragged that she walked like 5 miles every day at work. So she turned on the recording software at work. After 2 days, she turned it off because she was walking less than half a mile each day at work. The reason that's funny is because I actually do walk over a mile a day at work. My phone has a health app that tracks how many steps and everything I've done every day, and it consistently is like a mile and a half every day. It's not much. I mean, we're not talking about, hey, I'm going to enter an Ironman competition or anything, but I'm one of those people that I could email you or I could phone you or I could walk down to your office, even if your office is like on the other side of the building. You're going to walk down to your office. Do it a little less nowadays just because people want to quarantine. They don't want face-to-face contact, but I'm still walking all over the building doing all kinds of crazy shit. So let's see if we get into that little groove right there. I think we're gonna do a floor cleanup next. was about to start digging, I realized that we're actually taking out some big bumps. Some big bumps on their heads. I was like, alright, couple more scoops. Let's go ahead and do a floor cleanup. Yeah, so the dogs seem extremely happy to have mommy home. We thought we'd be slick coming through the garage and I'd let them out back so that we could get her luggage in and everything. No. Our alpha male heard her coming, jumped the fence, and then she was trying to console him. The other dogs heard her, and it was all over. Like, okay, well, we're not gonna. I don't like the way that's hitting. I guess we can put it over here until we can clear some more floor space. Let's work that area. Yeah, he literally jumped the fence to the garage and was out in the front yard chasing her around. So happy. I was like, oh well. And then, once she was trying to calm him down, the others heard her voice and it was all. So she got mad, but I opened the front door and just let them all out. Alright, well, your cover's blown. Time to just open the door. She was like, well, they could run off down the street. I was like, they were so excited to see her. As soon as she went in the house, they followed her in and I shut the door. And I got all the luggage in. So. Never met somebody who comes back with so much more luggage than they leave with. Every time she goes to visit her girlfriend, she comes back with another suitcase. Like, you should just start taking an extra suitcase. Man, such a clean out already. Holy crap. We just did one like 2 minutes ago. I know how this works. Never mind. Like I said, when you're moving, this becomes clean out rush. Seems like every 5 minutes you're doing a clean out. Probably are. You okay, P.O.? Starting to hyperventilate, sweetie. You come out from under the blankets for a while? Okay, sweetie. Oh. You getting too hot? Yeah. She gets so warm, she starts to pant. I can actually hear her panting. I might need to get a thinner blanket and just keep a thicker blanket for the footrest. And use the thinner blanket up top on her. It's being that sleeps down around my ankles. On the foot, knees and ankles are on the footrest, and Piddles actually lays up in my lap. Right, let's clean up this square, and then we'll go do the cleanup. that should be good enough for that area. All right, let's go do the cleanup, and then we're gonna have to refill everything. That should fill up. It'll be close, but not quite. So we'll have 2 mat cleanouts next time. Alright. Get this too. Let's try this. I don't know where the front loader is in the queue, so we're just gonna jump and go. Apparently we missed. Although I was gonna say out of practice, but I've never really been great at the front loader, so let's be real. Not really my thing. I've gotten better at it though. As I dump half the dirt on the ground, but that's right. This back one we didn't get full because we ran out of gas in the fuel tank. So the fuel tank should be filled. So when this runs out, we can just run up there and get it. Oh. Crank placement was off. There's actually way too much overburden or way too much floor dirt here. Shouldn't have never gotten that high. Should have been a lot thinner throughout. Yeah, I thought my schedule was pretty good for work. I woke up at 6 o'clock on Monday. And I figured, oh, come home, play some Gold Rush. Came home and laid down in the bed to mess with the puppies before I got up to get in the chair, and I passed out. And I woke up at 4 o'clock yesterday morning. And I played like 3 or 4 hours of Gold Rush and then went to work. And sure enough, I got home and passed out again. Well, hopefully my schedule irons out because it's pretty messed up at the moment. I think only a few more buckets. We're just going to go ahead and get them. There's a couple things we're going to do here. We got a couple more hits on that wall. And then we're going to extend the third Frank out. And we'll bring in a fuel tank. Or once it's extended out. So let's do one more hit on this wall right here. Totally missed what I was aiming for. Close enough. And then let's get this one over here. This little bit over here that Frank was sitting on. We really can't extend it out too much, can we? Guess we can do it a little bit. Dang, I missed. My bad. I missed. We're gonna need the front loader, so let's reset the front loader. And we'll travel up front, take care of it. Should probably travel off the claim, get all that reset. Oh, it's right there at the top. How are we doing goal-wise for this claim so far? We're at 6,500. Usually if we can end the base area with like 8K, like the bottom sections, the waterfall usually will give us another 1,500 to 2K. We're to clean out. So we'll dump this fuel tank in there. We'll get everything fueled up, and then actually we should probably just go do the clean out, and then we'll fill everything up. Otherwise, we're just basically shortening till the next time we got to do a fill up anyway. Dang it, I was trying to avoid that. I guess if we have to, we can push this one off here and then just push the other one down, rather than trying to get this one to go all the way down there. So it's not one to play well. We'll give it one more shot. Thank you, Save. You almost drove me off the cliff. If we launch it straight in there, we should be okay. Yeah, we got such a traffic jam over here right now. I forgot we had 70% in this. So let's get it filled up. That way we can let that drain off while we're doing a cleanup. I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to try it. Actually want the other end around there, but I don't know if I'll be able to get it. Actually, because the way this piece of equipment, because the way the dozer pivots, it can almost turn like that. It might have been the perfect piece of equipment. Except for that part. We might have just messed ourselves up pretty bad. Alright, well, let's see if we can get the pump to the tail, and then we'll worry about that later. We can if we don't drop it. It's never a guarantee with me. Alright, cool. Alright, let's run up and fill everything up on the way and do that cleanup. What are you doing, Pale? You come back in for a while? Alright. Come up here. Where is it? Where is it? Just a little off there. Just a Oh, that's right. This is a double clean out too. Yeah, this isn't like amazing gold, but it's okay. It's, turning out to be an okay claim. It's really, you're doing a lot of them. That's really all you can ask. You're never gonna. I mean, you could, I guess, theoretically, if you save some, you could eventually get like 15,000+ ounce claims repeatedly, but for the most part. Oh, okay. Gotcha, that's cool. What are you working on in the garage? Uh, as I ask you, and you're like, hey, I'm not really chatting because I'm doing shit in my garage. Let's drop this one over here since this is empty. Yeah, probably didn't matter. That 172 from one set of mats, or yeah, I guess it was. Nothing wrong with that. Is that it for the cleanup? I guess so. I'm sitting here going, what else do we need to do? Apparently nothing. Yeah, this kind of stinks. It's going to be a lot of moving the Frank around. Oh well, I'll get it done. Oh, cool. Very cool. Yeah, I want a bigger garage. I have it's a two-car garage, but by the time you put like all the stuff you normally put in a garage, like, you know, tools and air compressors, it's really one car. And the car I bought about 6 months ago, well, shit, it's almost been a year now. I guess it's been about 8, 9 months now. The car I bought um, goes in the garage, so. need to clean out my garage. I'd have more space in my garage if I cleaned it out. It's got a bed frame in it, or not a bed frame, but a box spring and like a dresser. My niece bought this dresser and then never brought it in the house. It's been sitting out in the garage the whole time. Get ready to take a trip, and when I take the trip, I'm gonna put my motorcycle in the shop and get it fixed. It needs new tires. I balled out both tires to the point where, I mean, it's pretty hairy when you turn on it. I just hadn't had the money to put in the shop to have them replaced. I don't have the facilities to change my own tires. I know it's not that difficult, but I'd rather just pay them to do it. Put nice new tires on it. Get them to do a tune-up and an oil change and all that stuff while it's in there. So that's gonna happen while I'm gone. So I get back, I'll have a motorcycle to ride again. I have missed it quite a bit. I don't think my work's gonna be too happy with me riding again. I think they were kind of happy when I told them I couldn't ride because it needed work. But, not really a me problem until they make it a me problem. Yeah, I used to love to work on cars, and now it's more computer than anything. It drives me crazy. Like, I can handle mechanical system, but you start throwing ECM maps and everything into it that could be the problem. It really complicates the troubleshooting process. Pretty much nowadays, they look at they look at the computer readout, and the computer tells them what's wrong with the car. I just never got into that kind of like stuff. I was more of a hey, this is the mechanics of it. This is probably what's causing your problem kind of thing. Rather than the computer saying, hey, you're not getting enough oxygen from your map flow sensor or something like that. Basically, they took the figuring out of what's wrong with your car. Made it boring for me. To mention, it made repairing vehicles much more expensive. It's almost always a computer chip part these days. Let's move over. Yeah, this is going to be kind of annoying right here. Come on. Yeah, we ended up going way up in the waterfall. guess we'll get the Frank as full as we can and then go do a clean out. As full as we can, we'll fill it up. Yeah, right before I left Virginia to move to Texas, it's been a decade ago now. I had bought a Honda Shadow 700. It was like a 1985. The guy had it sitting, and he was like, I can't get it started, and I was like, I know exactly what this is. You know, carbs are probably gummed out. You know, today's gas breaks down a lot easier than older gas did. So if you let stuff sit, it'll actually break down and varnish the inside of a carb. It's really bad for older motorcycles. So I knew as long as I rebuilt the carburetors, you know, I could probably have a nice, you know, bike to give somebody for $300. So I bought it for $300, put about $100 into it, and then a friend of mine, their bike broke. I mean, it broke. Like, the cylinder wall cracked, and I wasn't gonna take it with me anyway, so I gave it to them right before I left. I gave that to them, and I gave them the trailer that I bought for it. I got in the trailer for like $200. I had planned to give him the trailer anyway because the guy was helping a lot of people out with motorcycles, and you know, I don't know how many times we've had to put somebody's bike in the back of his truck, so having the trailer so you could just trailer anybody he needs to pick up and stuff like that was kind of necessary. So I pretty much had planned to leave him the trailer anyway. I want to go back home. I want a new motorcycle for a while. I don't know. Maybe I'll get a new one instead. A newer one. We'll see. I'll put mine in the shop and see how I feel about it after I get it back out. Worst comes to worst, I'm sure I can sell it if I decide to buy a new one. Alright, let's go do this clean out. Apparently I never turned that wavetable off. My bad. Finally, we've only been in this claim for like, I don't know, 7, 8 hours, and I'm just now figuring out how the best way to get to the front is. Good job. Yeah, we need to move that Frank in. Oops. That was the whole of the gap that we left when we came up and cleaned up. That little gap in the belt there, that's all that we left. Pretty good. I think we're finally starting to make that whole mat thing work for us a little bit better. Yeah, let's move the excavator over here. That way we can get a better cleanup of the back corner over here. And we'll move the Frank back to the leading edge over there where we can clean up that side. Yeah, that's better. Mats! What? No. We just did a damn cleanup. I should be happy because that's more gold. I mean, having to do another cleanup already, but I want to dig for a bit. That's a big freaking uh, spike of dirt we ran over and didn't get stuck. I'm surprised. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing filled up. If not, we're gonna have to go do the cleanup anyway. Let's go do this cleanup. It's shaking a lot. There we go. Yeah, we needed to get down here and get this done. We're way full. The other side's 80%, which is the side we're cleaning up, so fine. I'm not as worried about it as I used to be, like with the full set of mats. We don't have to clean these up to put them back. We can just drop them over the side and put new ones in. I heard that my mom was going crazy. The one that was Bogart and Bella's puppies. She tried to do it last night too. Like we have pens in case we're both gonna be gone, which never happens. And even when we're both gone, I don't usually use the pens. She actually had the pen Emma put Emma in her pen last night. It was as traumatizing for us as it was for Emma. Every time we turned around, she was attacking Bella, trying to get to the puppies. They're not your puppies, you silly crazy. I'm guessing she'd let her out at some point. We're swapping out the other side too. Oops. You're a little early, I guess. Slightly confused. Oh, okay, this one's clean. That's what's going on. Alright, that's... That threw me for a loop. I was like, how do we have 6 mats over here? 7 mats over here. We'll stick that across. Man, my stomach just said, hey, I'm hungry. Like, no, not yet. I don't think I ate dinner last night. I think my niece made something at some point, but I had passed out by then. She was upset because I wouldn't wake up and eat, I think. It's not going to be a good dirt day. We did okay, but had a lot of gaps. Should probably do this one on the end. Because I have a feeling if we do that one in the middle, it's going to cause problems when we're trying to move. Yeah, it looks like there's plenty of room behind it. I was just afraid that we would get into a situation where we had blocked ourselves in or something. Let's work this edge first. Yeah, we still made 4,000 yards and still 850 ounces per yard or per day. So, still above the threshold we wanted to meet. So, not too many complaints. I'd like to maintain 4,500, but sometimes it's just not realistic. And these forks are really getting in the way. Or those treads. Get stuck now, dang it. Today's Wednesday, right? And we need to get this plane cleared by and get the next Nighthawk prepped ready for Saturday so that we can do a whole Nighthawk on Saturday. Might have to do some long hours this weekend, see if we can't get 2 Nighthawks completed this weekend. That should hopefully put us right around 100,000 ounces. And then that'll leave us like a week and a half to get the other 20,000 I want. Dex, what's up? Oh, sucks. I got probably a half hour, 45 minutes before I need to get ready for work. Probably closer to 45 minutes. One of the guys I work with came down with COVID. So the office is kind of on weird quarantine. I don't work directly with him, and I hadn't had any contact with him for like a week. So, and I haven't really been feeling bad. So, I haven't had any symptoms. I take my temperature daily, so. But they're forcing like half the office to go get tests in the quarantine. Yeah, unfortunately, you got to do the work thing. Property value keeps shooting up the way it's shooting up. I'm moving out. I bought it 4 years ago, and it's gone up $60,000 in 4 years. Well, this is why I wanted to buy property, though, is because, and the place I bought was literally in like one of the biggest expansion zones in the country. Like the county I'm in is one of the fastest growing counties in all of the United States right now. So I bought in a good place. Got some good advice from a guy who's pretty wealthy in his own right. Uh, I was going to buy out in the middle of nowhere because that's what I really want. And he said, "Well, why are you going to do that? You have to commute like an hour every day." I was like, "Yeah, but I don't really want to. I don't really want to deal with a whole bunch of neighbors and everything." He's like, "Look, do this. You got 10, 15 years left on your working life probably, and then you're probably going to retire." He was like, "Look, this area is prime for expansion. It's zoned as rural right now, so you can get into it for next to nothing." At the time, they had a rural development plan, so I didn't even have to put any money down to get in the house. I said, "Well, don't you want to put the money down? Isn't that how you build equity?" And he was like, "No, you're not trying to build equity off your money. You're waiting for it to appreciate, and that's how you're going to build equity." He said, "If you buy here, this is the next place that's going to boom in this area. And the value of your property will go up to the point where you can sell it, buy your property out in the middle of nowhere uh, with the money you get from selling it. Just, make your payments and, wait for the value to go up." I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, whatever." He was right. Uh, like I said, this property value in this area has gone up 60,000 in 4 years, and it's expected to continue to rise. It's like I hit the lottery. Actually, this guy gave me the best advice. So we'll ride it until it peaks, and then we'll get out. Or until I get sick of paying almost as much in property taxes as I'm paying on my mortgage. Whichever comes first. I pay $900 to my mortgage, and I pay $500 a month in property taxes. So about the time I start paying more in property taxes than paying my mortgage is about the time I'm gonna want to get out anyway. But yeah, at the rate it's going, in 3-4 years, I'll be able to sell it and buy that land I really wanted, and not have a house payment. And it'll be out in a rural area where property taxes aren't so high. So, but yeah, I owe that guy everything. So I'm late in the game to be starting a 30-year battle with a mortgage. I'm gonna have to hire a firm to protest my property taxes next year. Somebody that's an expert. If not, my property taxes are gonna shoot up next year. They were pretty high this year. I mean, my value was pretty high this year, and I guess I didn't protest enough. The value of my house has gone up like 25,000 last year. So this year, I mean, we're talking, you know, over 10 per. We're talking about 15% value growth in my house. I don't want to pay taxes on that. It's almost another $100 a month. So to figure it out, I know there's a cap on how much they can raise it. I have to make sure that they're capped and then contest the rest. Good problem to have, really. Good problems to have. These things are already 30 down to 30% fuel. Yeah, this is messy. Need to take it in this way. Well, that's not too bad. That's kind of what I was afraid of. Are you gonna make it or barely? Give you a little bit of cushion. Alright, we should have enough room to finish off the square. That square I highlighted was one I wasn't planning on taking. I just, it has gold in it, but I didn't want to doze for like 3 hours to freaking add 300 square gold squares. Alright, let's fill this thing up and then do a clean out. I think what we'll plan to do is we'll clean this up, we'll clean up the floor, we'll get the dozing done we need to get to the waterfall area, and then that'll... Alright, Swedish, take it easy, man. Look on your car build, that sounds awesome. I'm jealous. Absolutely jealous. I plan to build a huge old garage, put a lift in it, so I can do my own car work too, when I do eventually move out in the middle of nowhere. Take what, one more scoop? We'll do one more. Just one more, just one more. Alright, that should be it. Let's go do this clean out. So yeah, we got a lot of video uploaded to YouTube and it's published, so we're still missing a few episodes that are over 12 hours that have to split, but we got most of the rest of it up. And we'll be careful to make sure the recordings don't go over 12 hours, so I'm going to split them so I can just upload them straight away. Not straight away, I have to wait 72 hours, but... I hope and have this whole leaderboard up there at some point. That way people, you know, who missed it can go back and watch the whole thing, or while they're doing other things or whatever. Go ahead and do this other side, that way we got a full 2 clean outs, that way we can go on to do another clean out hopefully before we finish all this. guess I'm having dinner for lunch, or for breakfast, whatever she cooked last night. I guess I'll eat this morning. I felt bad because she was cooking, but there's no way I could have stayed up. This wasn't physically possible. This thing, dang it, swapping the mats on me. I'm never gonna get out of here. Constantly gonna be doing cleanups. If this was multiplayer, this is what it would be like. Somebody would just be staying at the plant while somebody completely fed the plant. They might get like 5 minutes of work in, and then they have to do another cleanup. Swap. No, we already got those. Except for that one. Alright. Oh, damn it, those mats swapped. Just in cleanup, like, purgatory. Time it seems like I do a damn cleanup, another cleanup happens. Can't get out of here. Stuck at the plant. I think we're finally gonna get out of here. Well, we're almost at 8,000 for the base area. So I think it's probably gonna be about 9,000 for the base area, which is actually pretty good. It's claimed like, don't count me out yet. I had pretty much. I'd said, oh crap, this is a shit plan. I guess it means that this is probably 11 or 12,000 ounce claim, which is actually above average for what we've been doing this season. We had the one astronomical claim, and then we've had pretty crappy claims for the most part. We had, I think, 2 good ones, and basically just a bunch of 10K claims. Could move the Frank in, but we only got like 5 or 6 buckets left to finish the square, so we're just gonna finish the square. Deal with the long range. I need to be able to see the square if I can. Do one more, then I guess we'll get it with the front loader. Alright. That's it for the base part of the clean. Well, we got the floor cleaned up, but that's it for excavator wise for that part of the clean. Smiling. It's set about an hour early right now. Kind of like our early warning system. We pretty much have a pretty good plan for what we're doing here, so not too worried about it. We're gonna let that run out so we don't lose it, and then we're gonna back this into where we need it. That should be a pretty good area to work whatever we need to. Yeah, let's get the fueling going. A big mound of dirt somebody just left in the middle there. Should fast travel. That way we don't have to worry about this dirt being invisible. Let's do it. Forgot to ask him if that was still his Twitch racing thing. Thought it was, but I don't know. The team's realigned, so I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how that worked out. Like I know some of the people he was racing with were jumping ship or something. I'm not sure how that all worked out. Happy ahead. How you doing, sweetie? Coming back, Bio? Yeah, I think I put the heat on. I put the AC on. It's probably chilly in here. Come on. Come on, pretty girl. There you go. That's my girl. Come on. You comfy, peanut head? Hmm. All right, Dex, takes it easy, man. Thanks. Yeah, I was hoping to get some streams in after work, but it's just I've been beat when I got out home from work lately. Nah, we'll probably see you tomorrow morning again. Plus the VODs are up, and we got or I would say probably 50% of the seasons up on YouTube now. It's spotty because I have to break some of them apart, but it's there. We're gonna need to clean this out so we can get down that side. Yeah, supposedly there's a new strain of COVID out that's pretty, even more contagious, but thankfully I think that the vaccines are going around. Hopefully, you know, the problem with the vaccines is there's so many people to vaccinate. So, it'll be a question of who finally gets them and when. There's a lot more important people that need to get it before I do, but it would be nice to maybe have some time when we're not in quarantine to people actually start getting vaccinated and stuff. Maybe we'll get some sit-down restaurants opening back up so we can go in and sit down and have lunch and stuff. My work used to do what we call Friday lunch, where everybody in the office would go to lunch together. There's like 10, 15 of us, and we'd all go to lunch. And it was, we've got a lot of new guys that they've never been to a Friday lunch. And it's kind of how we talk about things and get things out and get to know each other. And we're a small office, it's more than just, hey, we work together. It's, all these people that we're working with, their lives depend on the work that everybody else around them's doing, Granted, they could go get another job, but while they're on our ship, their families, putting food on the table for their families and everything. It's part of the job. I mean, it's making sure that we make the right decisions and that we, handle things in a way that gonna provide a future for for them. So I like to get out with these people and get to know them and get to know about their families and such, because I mean that's when I'm working late hours and 100-hour weeks and stuff to save us on something, it's for that reason, because I know my boss has a family, the head of operations has a family. I mean, it's not just, hey, this is a job for some corporation. People's families depend on the work that we do. Just got these 3 squares left. Kind of hitting them from the wrong angle. Should be coming at them from the other angle. Be easy to get to them. Easier to get to them. Oh well. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. This is what we're doing. Yeah, I think I need to come at him from the other angle now. Yeah, people claim you don't need to doze anymore, but dozing takes like a little over 2 hours. You know what? They pretty much like to be wherever I'm at. If I'm in bed, they're in bed under the covers curled up with me. If I'm in the chair, they're in the chair curled up with me. It's very rare that they're off doing something else. Whenever I'm home, they're with me. If I'm under the, if I'm sleeping there, I shouldn't say that. As I say, if I'm sleeping there, they're definitely curled up with me, but there's been times when I'm trying to sleep and they're using me as an obstacle course for their hide and seek game, so that's not 100% true. They were doing it in the middle of the night last night. They were playing the hide and seek. I was laying on my side. One of them was on one side, the other was on the other side, and they were using me as an obstacle to hide from each other. They would poke over the side, like jar with each other, and then go back behind, their respective sides of me. I was like, can y'all carry this somewhere else? And they were like, nope. Daddy makes the perfect obstacle course. You assholes. So, but yeah, they're usually right with me. If I'm in the chair, lap time's like their favorite pastime. If I'm in the chair, they're usually in the lap with me, hanging out. Especially Peanut. Peanut enjoys sleeping on the footrest more than anything. They might get up and do stuff, and I get up and let them out. Now that my niece is here, she usually tries to let them out while I'm streaming. I don't have to take care of that. Although, rumor is she's gearing up to start streaming, so I'll probably need to check in with her when I get home tonight and help her set things up. Especially RTX voice. My laptop has a 2070 in it, which is what she's going to be using. So it definitely can use RTX voice a lot better than mine can. Alright, I guess that's it. Let's figure out what we need to bulldoze. This will probably be okay up here. Let's look at the map. Alright. We need to get to these two squares. We're probably best bulldozing that if we can. So pretty much straight throughout here. Let's grab the dozer. Dozer time. Blades up. Alright. I'll mark the square that we're cutting into now just so I could keep an eye on how far we got to go. We only got to doze in one square, so it shouldn't take an exorbitant amount of time. It's 10 a.m. game time, so we can actually count it if we wanted to. Every hour is, what, 5 minutes? It's going to be interesting because this side is elevated. So we're probably going to push into it and start having problems with the elevation before too long. But we don't actually need this last square. I just started dozing it for extra room. There's the square we actually need to get back to. The corner of the map, or the corner of the screen there. We can kind of see it. Alright, let's see if we can get out of this, because I think because of the way we came off that incline that that was the reason we weren't scraping the floor. Yeah. Front loader clean that up in no time. I'm not too worried about that. Keep it will. Yeah, the puppy dogs, for the most part, if Daddy's home, they want to hang out with Daddy. Phil's figured out a way to fence out around the fence to the garage. So every time I come in the garage, I open the door from the garage to the laundry room. She comes running out in the garage to greet me. So it's good and it's bad. I just have to make sure the garage door is shut before she comes out. She would run around the neighborhood. Good thing about her is she'll find something to stop and bark at, and she will not stop barking at it. So I've had to chase her like 4 or 5 times, and it's usually very short lived. She'll go find something to bark at, and then she'll just stop and start barking, and I can usually catch up to her. Yeah, there's the edge we're looking for. Here on that edge. What are you doing, sweetie? Huh? You getting too warm again? Yeah, I think I need to get a lighter blanket for her. At least until she gets like totally over her having been pregnant or having had puppies. My niece keeps up with all the people she gives puppies to, and I've seen her do home checks when she's worried about a puppy. She'll go visit people, check in on the puppy. I've only ever seen her actually pull a puppy out of an environment once. That's because the owners were not taking care of it. Um, it was kind of weird though because the grandparents actually wanted the puppy, and the grandparents were going to take good care of it. So the person's grandparents ended up with the dog. I guess what we'll do is after we take those 2 squares, we'll doze that third square. Like this one that we're kind of sort of digging in front of right now. Once we take those 2 squares, we'll go ahead and bring out the dozer and doze this one so we can get to the third square behind it easier. Alright, let's get the front loader in here and clean this mess up. What a mess. Let's get the blade up so we don't get spreading dirt around all over the place. This is a great tool, but it will take the smallest dirt and turn it into a 30 by 30 patch in no time. It's probably good timing. Sounds like Piddles probably needs to go outside. His stomach's acting up. Alright, so let's clean this up and then we'll go do a cleanup if the plant's necessary. Plant if it's necessary. We'll go check and see if we need to clean out. And then we'll be ready to dig next time. Let's look at what we got left. So this area was pretty rich. I mean, there's some nice 600 squares in there. That's 360, but it's only 6 meters tall. So we got some nice 600 meter squares in there. And then these 3 squares are the last that we'll need the front loader for. After that, everything's... We're not actually going after that square. It's only got 16 ounces in it. That one's only got 9. But yeah, for the depth, there's some really nice squares in here. You know, for 5 meters to have 300 ounces, that's pretty good. That's probably about somewhere in the neighborhood of 3,000 ounces there. Trying to get away from doing too much waterfall, but I mean, you know, that waterfall will make this claim. Somebody's texting me. Let's probably work. Nobody really knows I'm up this early. Well, I guess it's not early anymore. Wow, good job. Way to mess that up. Alright, let's get this cleaned up. Come on. I hate it when the thing slides because it's stuck in the ground. We could probably cut in that square that we're talking about dozing with the front loader, but it'll be so easy to doze after we take those 2 squares. It'll be literally like 3 swipes and then a little bit of floor cleanup. Whereas if we sit here with this, it'll take probably 20 minutes. Surprised she's not barking. One of the neighborhood dogs is barking his head off. No, we don't really need to clean this up. We're not going out that way at all. Alright, that should be good enough. Even with the invisible dirt, I can't see too much there. Alright. Let's go check the plant. Actually, yeah, let's go check the plant. We'll refuel everything after we check the plant. mat's ready to go for next time. The mat's at 95%. It was in the middle of a mat change out. That's alright, we'll get it fixed. We purposefully set it up so that we would be in a situation to let it run through 2 cleanups. Didn't quite get there, but alright, well, to get us back on track, we really only need to do this one set right here. What am I doing? Throwing those on the ground. I want to throw the clean ones on the ground. I throw the dirty ones on the ground. Oh, this is going to be a mat clean out. That works out. Oh, coordination. Get there. There we go. Alright, let's turn on the wave table. Dump a bucket in, and then we need to get the nugget tater. Alright, yeah, so the floor was, or the main area was definitely more than 8,000. Looks like it's probably going to come in around 8,500. It's not bad, which means we're probably looking at about 12,000 claim. So even though I complained about the claim and how we kind of screwed up, it didn't really turn out to be true. I was wrong, okay? It's been known to happen. Don't make a point of it. Or don't make a big deal out of it. I'm just kidding. I'm happy to be wrong. They're good things to be wrong about, and the amount of ounces is a good thing. But it's in your favor anyway. Yeah, so we ended up at 84, and there's probably another 100 ounces in the mats and jigs and everything. If we did a full cleanup, we'd probably be over 8,500. So, good stuff. Yeah, the nuggetators are off. Huh. Yeah, we can't really do anything. Oh well. We'll just have a quick clean out next time. Alright, let's take a look at the gold totals. See where we're at. 71,864, so we're up by about almost 27,000. Oh, that's a lot of time. It takes about 20 hours per Nighthawk, and we're over 2 Nighthawks up, so we're about 45, 50 hours ahead. There's still plenty of time. There's still 13 days left, 14 days left. Yeah, there's still 13 days left, so still plenty of time. Looking good though. Looking good. If we crash out, we'll get in the episode tomorrow morning again. But that's gonna do it for this episode. Again, you can check out YouTube. We got large portions of the season are up on YouTube. We're still missing some stuff because I have to split it. I let the recordings go longer than 12 hours. YouTube doesn't take recordings longer than 12 hours. So we're working on getting those split. We'll get those up at some point too. Well, that's going to do it for me. Y'all take it easy. Is there anybody else playing Gold Rush? We'll see if we can't. Thanks, DV. Good to see you again, bud. Let's see if anybody else is the Joker, DJ. I'll let you guys go. You guys can figure it out for yourselves. He's speaking German. I'm not sure if you guys want to go visit a German stream or not, but if you do, he's the only other person playing Gold Rush. Yeah, I don't have anybody else doing anything. All right, we'll catch you guys on the flip side. Valborg out.